Shineldecker from Transnation Title, the Vice President of Escrow Operations, and I'm here to talk to you today about RON. With lots of acronyms in our industry, it's nice to know what RON actually stands for, which is Remote Online Notarization. Here at Transnation Title, we have several different options for the use of remote online notarization in your real estate transactions. Using those with our own Bring Your Own notaries, we have several notaries on staff who are set up to be an electronic and remote online notarization specialist using many different platforms. We have 3 platforms that we are able to use on our own. And in addition to that, we can outsource to several different RON notaries on behalf of lenders and customers. This is very useful in your real estate transactions because sellers are not always available to sign transaction documents right in person. So we've actually done closings for sellers who are in Saudi Arabia, Germany, on military bases, and even in lockdown in China. So we're able to get those transactions done and completed for a seller who's unable to show up in person for the closing. Remote online notarization is actually a very safe transaction. All of the softwares and the notaries are regulated and licensed through the state. And in addition, when you're online with the notarization, you have to go through knowledge-based authentication, and also you have to do a multi-factor authentication. With dual authentication, we have several layers of protection for the customer as well as the lender and the balance of the transaction for title insurance. So what are the technology needs in order to be able to do RON? It's very simple with a lot of the different softwares that we have. And the softwares allow us to be able to do this as a computer transaction. So you need Wi-Fi network that is safe and secure with a variable speed, making sure that you have the high speed that's necessary to complete the transaction. In addition, you need to have a computer and an email address and a cell phone for the authentication. You can do with some platforms over an iPad rather than a computer, which makes it even easier for the customer to use. So the qualifications and the transactions, when you're dealing with a lender, the lender does have a lot of steps that they need to go through to be able to accept their documents through remote online notarization. When the lender does that using an e-note and having the e-vault set up, they can do the remote online notarization as well as a complete transaction through the electronic platforms. Prior to having the complete transaction in electronic platforms, lenders can also use e-signing for some of their transactions and come together with a hybrid type of transaction. The transactions that we use at Transnation Title in order to complete the remote online notarization are the cash transactions or seller side transactions that we can control the notarization piece of it. The lenders are going to control the notarization piece of the mortgage transactions. So those are more limited in how we can handle the transactions. But overall, remote online notarization is here, and we are able to complete your transactions at Transnation Title through many different forms of remote online notarization.